be sparking and rushing mad like inside the dark. Call me Bill Snatcher, just a brother for the rapture. I hang live, holding on strong, hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifested. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my cycle a lot.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys some major anime news that is long overdue. Holy crap, dude. Holy crap, we are getting one of the major fights of this current arc of the Boruto anime's manga adaptation, which is Naruto versus Delta. And we got the person that, if I'm not mistaken, did the animation for Kawaki versus Goro. He's going to be handling the animation for Naruto versus Delta. This is a huge fight for the anime because now we get to see what some of the inner members are actually capable of. I'm so excited for the anime-only fans to be able to experience one of the moments that really started to re-peak a lot of the interest in people that dropped the Boruto manga and picked it back up once this fight actually started. And we are so damn close to actually getting the big battle that Naruto and Sasuke have in this arc, the very first of two big battles that Naruto and Sasuke have in this arc with a major villain in the arc. So this is a hell of an appetizer. So obviously, if you're still here, I kind of just spoiled it right out the bag, so totally apologize for that. But man, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna give you guys the episode spoilers and titles for episodes 195 all the way up to episode 198, which is going to actually be the episode where Naruto versus Delta takes place. Episode 198 that happens on May 9th. Holy crap, dude, you guys are not ready for this. So starting off with episode 195, which big shouts out to Organic Dinosaur for breaking down this information that came in the provisional titles and the episode summaries that were released over in Japan as promotional information. Big shouts out to Organic Dinosaur. But episode 195, which is going to be taking place on April 18th, is titled Flower Vase. So the summary for this says, in order to purchase a new flower vase, Kawaki and Naruto head downtown. They happen to encounter Sarada along the way, and so together they then all go to the Yamanaka flower shop that's being operated by Ino. Nevertheless, and perhaps due to his upbringing, Kawaki treats Sarada brusquely when she tries to strike up a conversation with him. Kawaki bumps into a child while going down the street and reflexively attacks him. Amongst other things, it doesn't seem as if he can adapt well to a normal life. So that one right there, that's gonna be huge. So a lot of people are gonna be tempted to potentially call this a filler episode. That's not the case. They're probably gonna expand on this a little bit more and give you more of Kawaki's backstory, because that moment when Kawaki has that huge PTSD moment and basically spazzes out on that child, that is huge. And that's one of the signs right there that you see that Naruto signed up for more than he ever imagined when it came to Kawaki right there. And we're gonna get a very important scene in the actual flower shop, one that's gonna be huge for Naruto and Kawaki's character development together, but also it's gonna be huge for kind of getting the fans over when it comes to getting Kawaki over with the fans. So that's gonna be a huge moment right there. So moving on to episode 196, which is going to be airing on April 25th. It's titled A Power That Connects. And the episode summary says is thus: since Naruto suggests that they might be able to investigate karma, Kawaki decides to observe a father-son matchup between Naruto and Boruto. During their shinobi sparring bout, Boruto seems to have a good command over using his forte, which is the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Amongst employing other strategies, he engages in battle against his father with it. However, it's apparent that there's still a huge difference in strength between them. Witnessing their match, Kawaki tells Boruto to then use the powers of the karma in order for them to study it further. Meanwhile, even as Kawaki seems to develop interest in the Shadow Clone Jutsu that's being used by the father-son duo, since it's both Naruto and Boruto's specialty. So that right there, this is what we're starting to see when it comes to Naruto actually taking the time out to actually train his son, which is something that in the light novels we've actually seen Naruto train his child. So seeing this in the anime as well as having read this in the manga, a very nice treat. Now, there's a huge Easter egg right there when it comes to Kawaki taking interest in the Shadow Clone Jutsu. I like how they're building up towards a really big moment that happens at the climax of the current arc that we're in right now. So totally love this right here. Totally love this right here. Again, this is going to be a huge episode right here. Very huge in terms of lore. So very excited to see Anime Only fans' reaction to that one. Now, episode 197 is titled Delta. This is where one of the best women in the Boruto franchise really makes her move. So on this one, it's titled Delta, which is going to be airing on May 2nd. So it says, in order to skillfully gain control over using karma, Boruto decides to train with Kawaki under actual combat scenarios. Himawari and Naruto, who is his father and the Hokage, watch over Boruto attentively. Boruto and Kawaki have the opportunity to activate karma and wield it against one another. But at that moment, one of the top brass of Kara, Delta, joins up with Kashi and Koji of a pursuit to track down Kawaki's whereabouts. For some reason, Kashi and Koji is able to easily slip through Konoha's sensory system, which is huge. Go back to that episode where Ino was setting up the new barrier system that they have that uses the sensory ninja. That's a very huge moment right there. I had to break the narrative right here to remind you of that. That's why people like myself said that those in-between episodes where Naruto had the gates tested and was toying with the idea of actually shutting down Konoha, we kept telling you guys it was building towards a moment. This is that moment right here. So getting back to the narration, it says that Kashi and Koji then trespasses upon the village, leaving Delta behind. And so she has no other option but to wait for Kashi and Koji's return. So that right there, very great setup. Very great setup right there, because it's showing you in the summary that Delta is every bit of the impatient bitch that we know her to be. So I love that aspect of Delta being showed off right there, and I like how they're showing you more of Naruto and Kawaki's relationship being formed. And most importantly, I like how you also get this moment where during that sparring match, I'm not gonna spoil it, but during that sparring match, you have a character who has not been shown in the Boruto series that is going to pop back up. Anime Only fans, I am telling you right now, pay very close attention to the sparring match of Boruto versus Kawaki. I cannot stress that enough. Now we get to the big reveal. So episode 198, Monsters, which is going to be the adaptation for, if I'm not mistaken, this should be the adaptation for, I believe, chapter 31 of the Boruto manga. So on this one, it says, Monsters. Delta forcibly intrudes upon the village in an attempt to retrieve Kawaki and appears in front of Boruto and the others. Naruto stands in the way to oppose Delta in order to protect Boruto, Himawari, and Kawaki. Delta's entire body has been remodeled with scientific ninja tools that she can freely use at will to attack Naruto. In order to compete with her, Naruto also uses the power of the Kyuubi in order to settle the battle. Both of them possess combat capabilities that make them seem like monsters in their own right when they fiercely clash against one another. So that right there, that lets you know Naruto went from, let me see what this girl's about, let me test out her strength, to, oh snap, I actually got to use the chakra mode against her. This is a huge fight, and this is huge foreshadowing for a lot of things that are coming. And I like how they once again let you know Delta, much like how Sasori was still human, he was a human puppet, Delta's body has been remade with ninja tech. She's still technically human, but she's had her body messed with, which I would implore you to check out the video I did about a week ago talking about the dark truths of the Boruto franchise, because it really touches on the human experiments that Amato has been doing with the Kara members, as well as everything that Jigen is doing. All this stuff is really tying in right here, but the fact that we got one of the big time animators from Naruto Shippuden who worked on, if I'm not mistaken, he worked on the Naruto versus Sasuke final battle, the first episode. I think he did animation for that. And I know for a fact, if I'm not mistaken, he did episode 189, which was Kawaki versus Goro. So what this tells me right here is that they're going to be adding to what we actually got in the actual manga, because the manga fight it was a very long fight for Boruto standards. If this would have been a weekly manga, this would have been probably about 6 or 7 chapters in a weekly manga. So that's a long fight for a 1 versus 1. So what this tells me right here is that they're probably going to add some extra scenes, because if they just adapt it scene by scene by scene, like how you got in the manga, people are going to get bored with it very, very quickly. So this gives me hope here, because they took Kawaki versus a fodder character and they easily turned into one of the best fights that the Boruto franchise had. So I have high hopes that the same person is working on this fight right here. So my question to you guys is, how hyped are you for Naruto versus Delta? And if you read the manga, how soon do you think we're gonna see that Jigen greatness? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.